find the zeros. Okay, so you go to your y equals and you type in an equation. Let's say 2x squared plus 5x plus 1. Okay, hit graph. That's what you should always do. Now, looks like it goes through 0, and it looks like it goes through negative 1, negative, not quite negative 2. So let's check that out. I think this is 0, but I'm not really sure, so I'm going to go to my table and look up 0. And nope, 0 is not one of them. And if I go up, I don't get one there either. So that means I have to go find both of them. Alright, so I'm going to go back to the graph, kind of look at it, give myself a good look about what's going on. Alright, so I'm going to find this one, then I'm going to find the other one. So in order for me to do that, I need to do an intersection. In order for me to do an intersection, I have to tell the calculator I want this graph, this quadratic graph, to be intersecting with the x-axis, because that's what zeros are all about, where the spots where the graph hits the x-axis. So I have to tell it that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to y equals, and on the next equation I'm going to put down 0. That's the equation of the x-axis. So I'm going to then go and pick calculate. See where it says calculate right up here? So I'm going to hit second and then calculate. And I'm interested in number 5, intersect. So let's move down there, hit enter. And then notice it'll say first curve and second curve. Now this one's right on where I want it to be, and it doesn't really matter, but it tells you which curve it's on. So this one says it's on the quadratic right now. I hit enter. Second curve, it automatically jumps. See how it jumped right onto the x-axis? Even though we can't really tell that well, we can tell up here what's going on. Hit enter. And you can guess if you want. I guess 0. But it's still going to give you the answer. So you would put negative 0.219 down for your one of your x's. Okay, that's one of the answers. And now I got to go find the other one. So I'm going to repeat the process. Second, calc, pick number 5. Okay. Now I have to go to the other curve, other side. So I want to move the cursor, and again, you only have control over left and right because, again, that slides. It's sliding the x's, and then what's happening is the calculator is calculating the y that goes with it, and so that's why it causes it to go up and down, because it has to stay on an ordered pair. So I move it close to where I need to be, and it doesn't have to be super close. It can be, as long as it's not closer to the other one, so it doesn't confuse it. You just hit enter. It jumps over again, and then you can guess if you want to, but there's the other one, negative 2.28, and that's it. You got your two answers, and that's all you were looking for, so that's it. So that's how you find zeros given the graph. Now you always want to check to see, for instance, let me just give you one example. What if you had something like 2x squared plus 3x plus 2? You'd want to graph it first, because if you notice, oops, I didn't even have that other one on. Try to clear this one. When you look at this one, it looks like, I can't even tell there, but it looks like a negative, maybe a negative 1 and a negative 2. If I go to my table, there's negative 1 and negative 2, so they're both zeros. So you need to look for zeros here. And since I have zeros, I don't have to use the intersect key. I didn't get the answer. So sometimes you get both of them. Sometimes you get one. In the last example, we didn't have any. So it's better off to look first and then use the intersect second. Alright, that's it.